Good morning and welcome to a special edition of the Glenn Beck Show. I am your host today, Jason Whitlock. I am a longtime sports columnist and television host. I made my name in Kansas City in the 1990s and throughout the 2000s. I've hosted TV shows at ESPN and Fox Sports. For the past 6 months, I have written columns about the intersection of sports and race at Outkick. For the purpose of this audience, perhaps you have seen me during my semi-regular appearances on the Tucker Carlson's Fox News show. Why am I here? Why am I sitting in for Glenn Beck today and tomorrow? Last week, I visited Dallas and made an appearance on this show here with Glenn Beck. I cannot speak for Glenn, but I can tell you what I felt. Glenn and I share a kindred spirit, a kindred passion. We have two things that we love and are passionate about: God and country. I am not a minister. I am a flawed sinner, just like Glenn and just like you. But I am a believer. Believers share an energy that connects them, that cuts through our physical differences and makes those differences irrelevant. That's what I felt when I met Glenn. An energy and a spirit that connects us. We are broadcasters, media personalities, operating in separate spaces, trying to talk to Americans who share our passions, God and country. There are forces operating outside of America and inside America that have separated this country from God. Everything we've witnessed in 2020, the racial division stirred by the mainstream media and the Silicon Valley social media apps, the Antifa and Black Lives Matter rioting, looting, anarchy, the remaking of the sports world into a shrine that celebrates resisting criminal suspects and denigrates this great country at every turn, the rewriting and the destruction of American history, and yes, the 2020 presidential election that swung in the wee hours of the morning. They're all symptoms and signs of the consequences of America's enemies separating God and country. We are one nation under God. We are nothing without him. We are Chaz, the soulless Antifa autonomous zone erected in Seattle. The flawed sinners who founded this nation baked God into this country with their Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The foreign and domestic enemies of this nation are baking a new American cake. God isn't an essential ingredient in this new cake. He isn't an ingredient at all. The removal of faith is sowing the disharmony that is terrorizing and destroying the United States of America. Why am I here today? I'm here today to tell you how we take our country back, how we restore the freedoms and the liberties our enemies seek to remove in their remaking of a godless America. If not us, who? Let me ask that question again. If not us, who? If we, those of us who claim faith in a higher power, those of us who claim we love God and country, are not willing to put our physical differences aside and recognize the energy and spirit that connects us, compels us to value freedom, if we are not man and woman enough to stand together as believers, then we deserve what is coming to us. We're unworthy of the freedoms that Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Crispus Attucks, Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, and so many more sacrificed and made available to us. We're not worthy. We built this country. We made this country great. We are its foundational pieces, believers, black, white, brown, whoever. We are the heart and soul of America. We are one nation under God. We are the self-evident truth about the United States of America. Here's what I need you to do right now. This audience is just half of the solution. I don't mean this disparagingly, but this is primarily the white half of the solution. I need you right now to call, text, and email the other half of the solution. Contact your friends or coworkers or the parents of the kids on your kids' football and soccer teams. Tell them to tune into this show right now. Tell them that Glenn Beck's friend, Jason Whitlock, is hosting a special edition of the Glenn Beck Show, and that I'm going to spend the next 3 hours explaining how we bring this country back together, how we lean into racial harmony, how we restore the values that our founding fathers put into this country. It's going to sound crazy. How does a sports writer know how to fix America and America's racial dilemma? Tell them God works in mysterious ways. He chooses certain people to do certain missions. He spent 53 years preparing me to play this role, to serve this purpose. He connected me with Glenn Beck at this time for this moment in American history. You have to step out on faith right now. You have to feel that energy and spirit that is inside all believers. This is a special edition of the Glenn Beck Show. I'm Jason Whitlock, your host.